What's up everybody, UAA here once again, bringing you another playthrough. This time, The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap, one of my personal favorite 2D Zelda games. It was developed by both Capcom and Nintendo, so if you know that Capcom is involved, you know the game's gonna be good, because it's Capcom and Capcom is awesome, we all know that. Capcom is the best, obviously. Anyways, this game it's fantastic, and it used to be the first game in the Zelda timeline, but then Skyward Sword came out. And you can tell that this game was intended to be the first game in the timeline. There's a few there's a few events that kind of hint to the fact that this was the first Legend of Zelda game in the timeline. And speaking of the Legend of Zelda timeline, Nintendo actually released an official Legend of Zelda timeline, like an official one, so now we know. I really don't like the official timeline. It's just, there's this one event that it really messes things up, or not messes things up, but it doesn't sit well with me. But I'll talk about that in a later part, because we have a lot to talk about in this first part. So here in the introduction, we hear about the Legend of the Pickery, and it tells about the legendary Pickery Blade, which is pretty much this game's master sword, but yeah, it's just this game. It's so great. However, there's not many ways you can play this game. In fact, there's only two I can think of. You can either buy the original Game Boy cart, which is, it's really rare, and there's a lot of pirated copies if you wanted to buy it from an online service like eBay or Amazon. There's a lot of pirated copies, so make sure you're careful. I also think this game can be downloaded for the 3DS store, or whatever it's called. I'm not quite sure because I don't have a 3DS, but I think you can. Someone tell me if that's correct or not. I'm pretty sure I'm right there, but someone confirm it for me. So at the beginning of the game, Zelda comes down to Link's house and asks I think it's your grandfather, I think. She asks him to join her in the festival of the Pickery, which only happens once every 100 years. It's just this big party slash festival slash whatever. It's a big event and all the townspeople go to it, and it serves as our introduction to the game. So this game, it has a very similar style to A Link to the Past. It has a similar graphics layout. It looks similar, not too similar. This game is a bit more cartoony, but I like it. I think the graphics work really well, and I think it takes it takes the full potential of the Game Boy Advance, and it really works well. I think they did a fantastic job, and the music in this game, oh, it's great. It is fantastic. I love the music in this game. I mean, it's a Capcom game, so you know the music is gonna be good, but some tracks in this game are absolutely fantastic. Anyways, your grandfather tells you that you need to deliver the sword to the castle as part of the sword fighting tournament, and that blade will be presented to the winner of the tournament, and yeah, that's the main plot point right now. There's a big festival, and there's always a sword fighting tournament, and you might be able to guess what happens next. Maybe. I doubt it though, because it's pretty unpredictable, sort of. Anyways, now you head off to Hyrule Castle Town, and you will participate in the festival. But before going, make sure you collect those 20 rupees sitting right there. Just steal it from your grandfather, why not? I doubt he cares. And you may notice right now that Link does not have a hat. He has no hat on right now, which is pretty weird, huh? It's weird seeing Link without a hat. Maybe he'll get one later on in the game, I don't know, maybe. I'm not quite sure. It's not like I've played this game 6.5 billion times. But anyways, the music piece playing right now, oh, wow, is it good. my favorite track in the game. I can't explain to you. I can't explain how much I love this track. It's so great. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it. The music in this game is so great. I can't stress that enough. So during this festival, you can talk to all the townspeople who will tell you all kinds of stories about the Pickery and what happens and who they are and stuff like that. It's really not mandatory to talk to all of these people. You only really need to talk to Zelda as she runs around. It's like she has what's it called, like ADHD. She can't sit still for 1 second. She talks to one person and then runs off and then whatever. She has a low attention span. But I decided to talk to all these people just to show you that they say some things, and I guess it's interesting to talk to these people. I mean, they tell you some backstory and some legends of Hyrule and stuff like that. And they tell you what goes on in the festival and all kinds of good stuff. So talk to the people if you want, although it's certainly not mandatory. If you don't want to talk to all those people, you just want to get on with the game, you want to get to that sword fighting action that The Legend of Zelda is known for, then just go talk to Zelda as she runs around and talks to all the people, and she doesn't have a large attention span. It's kind of funny. Yes, I am the boy from old Master Smith's place. I am the best blacksmith in Hyrule, or I'm an apprentice. Although you can't really be a blacksmith in this game. That would be really cool if, like, in a Legend of Zelda game, you could, like, upgrade your sword by being, like, a blacksmith or something. I don't know. It might be interesting. It would be a cool idea for them to try out. Maybe. I doubt they ever will, because I don't think they're ever going to make another 2D Legend of Zelda game. I mean, even for the handheld, because the 3DS, I mean, it's so powerful that it can produce graphics that are very similar to the GameCube, so I think they're going to do a 3D approach, which I would rather see a 2D game, but that's just me. Anyways, Zelda will win the raffle. She wins the raffle, and she gets to pick from one of 3 fantastic prizes. So let's see what we can get here. Oh, there's a heart container. Wow, that would be really useful. I hope Zelda picks that one. That would be really helpful. Some more health. Ooh, a giant rupee. That's worth like 200 rupees. I could really use that. Or a small shield. Don't pick the shield, Zelda. Do not pick the shield. You better not pick that shield. If you pick the shield, I'm gonna be really angry. Pick the heart container. The heart container is the most useful one. I can buy the shield at the store. Don't pick the shield, Zelda. Don't pick the shield. Pick the heart container. See, look, listen to her. She's telling you to pick the other 2. Do not pick the shield. Pick the heart container, Zelda. Come on, Zelda. You could do it. You could do it, Zelda. Do not pick the shield. Do not pick the shield. Do not do it. Please, no! Yep, Zelda picks the shield, and you're stuck with it. I don't know why she didn't pick the heart container, which would actually be useful. The shield is so pointless in this game. It's really pointless. There's really not many times you need to use it, and it's not like it doesn't really protect you that well, so yeah, I would have rather had the rupees. Because if I had the rupees, I could just go to the store, buy a shield, and then have rupees to spare. But no, Zelda has to pick the shield because she's stupid. Yeah. There's my nice little rant. So now that you have the shield, you can make your way up to Hyrule Castle and go deliver the sword for the sword fighting tournament. And Zelda will run off by herself, which could only mean that something bad is going to happen. And look, something bad's happening. Ha! You deserved that, Zelda.
Hey!
Yeah, you deserved that because you picked the stupid shield instead of the rupees or the heart container. I'm never gonna get over that, Zelda. I'm not. I don't even want to rescue you anymore. Assuming you do get kidnapped in this game, because you know, that would never happen in a Legend of Zelda game. No, Zelda is always safe. You never have to rescue her. Never. So, yeah. Anyways, just pull out your shield and deflect his Deku Nut back at him, and then he will go away, and then you'll be able to go back, or go up to the castle. And then he tells you that he was just trying to sell his goods, and whenever he tried to talk, he just spit out that nut, and... What? That doesn't even make any sense. They can talk normally without spitting out their nut. Like, what's going on in this game? I'm so confused. Yeah. So, new to the Legend of Zelda series is this roll attack, and it allows you to save so much time when you're walking. It's really only there for speed. I mean, you can use it to dodge attacks, and I will use it for that purpose, but for the most part, it's just used to travel faster, and it's really nice. I mean, I love the roll. And then when I go back to games like to the Link to the Past where you walk kind of slowly and you don't have the roll, it's kind of eh. But luckily in the Link to the Past you have the Pegasus boots, so it's not too bad. So the sword fighting tournament is over. You arrived too late and someone has already won. And the winner always gets to touch the legendary Pickery Blade. It's like, I guess that's their grand prize. They get to touch the blade. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling inside me that something is going to go horribly wrong now. I just have a feeling that the winner is just such an evil person that's going to ruin everything. It's just a hunch I have. I'm not really sure. It's just this feeling I have, you know? I just feel like something's gonna go wrong. So let's watch. Let's see what happens. So the champion is called Vaddie, and he is allowed to approach the blade. Oh yeah, he totally does not look like the bad guy. Nope. He does not look like a bad guy at all, with his dark clothes and evil laugh. No, he's the good guy. Yep, definitely the good guy. And now he has to speak, I guess, for some reason. Who's he talking to? Is he talking to, like, the audience? He turns around and, like... Whatever. So he says something bad and then the guards try to stop him, but his power is unimaginable. He is invincible. And look at him laugh. He's just an evil person. And he doesn't really care about trying to touch the blade. He just wants to open the chest it's on because it has the golden power in it. That's what legend says. So he breaks the legendary blade. Oh no, oh no. And then, oh, he opens the chest and all of these evil spirits come out. And you never see those evil spirits ever again. I don't know why. I feel like those should have been like a plot point, but whatever. And now, Vaddie is going to attack Princess Zelda. But don't worry, Link still has his shield from the raffle. It's finally paying off. I'm sure that Vaddie's all-powerful attacks will just deflect off Link's great shield. I'm sure of it. Link will be able to protect Princess Zelda, he'll defeat Vaddie, and all will be great in the world. Let's see what happens. He pulls out the shield. Ooh, it looks like Link has failed. If only I had that heart container, I may have survived that, but nope, you had to pick the shield over the heart container, and now you have turned to stone. Vaddie has won, he's gonna take over the world, turn it into a dark, evil place that nobody's gonna like, all because you picked the shield over the heart container. How do you feel now, Zelda? Oh, wait, you're stone, you can't feel anything! Oh well. And that's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and I hope you join me for my next playthrough, whatever that may be. Until next time, this is UAA signing out. I'll see you guys later.